Hey guys, so today I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and I'm going to give you guys a couple stories. And I know like the whole trend right now is like, like giving you guys behind the scenes stuff and like telling all these truths and stuff. Mine's not necessarily gonna be that, but I guess it is probably some tea or whatever. So today I'm basically going to be telling you guys about companies that have wasted my time. I've worked with my good share of companies or brands and worked on sponsored stuff or collaborative stuff, but there are a couple companies that have very much tried to screw me over, and I'm going to tell you about those today. I know a lot of people are sort of scared to say this sort of stuff at the risk of like losing deals or whatever, but I sort of figure any company that wouldn't want me talking about this is probably shady, and I wouldn't want to work with them anyway. I will be for sure naming the first one I'm going to talk about because they're the whole reason I thought of this video, and so I will dedicate this video to them. I know I had talked about a company before that tried to not pay me for work that I did for them, and I never specifically named the company, but everyone kind of figured it out. And on that Get Ready With Me, someone had commented, they don't have to choose your work or whatever or something like that, and I don't think people quite get how like sponsored stuff sort of gets it going, so I will sort of tell you because I don't want anyone to think that I just pulled it out of nowhere or something like that. So normally what a brand will do is they will email you or DM you. Usually they will DM you to ask if you're interested. You say yes, then they'll say, okay, can I have your email or something like that. Or most of the time they'll just email you and say, hi, we're this company. If you've never heard of them before, just say like, hi, we want you to try our products and would you be interested in doing a sponsored post? And then from there you can go, oh, I'd love to try products but I don't want to do anything sponsored. You can do like, yes, I would like to do sponsored posts and here are my rates, and then you go back and forth, negotiate, and then you both agree on a price. So you and this company have both agreed on the price, what the post is going to be, where it's going to be posted, what it's gonna be, everything like that. It's all agreed on, so you have a mutual agreement. From there, the company will then ship the product and you will really get the product, and you'll make whatever content and then you will send it for approval. And that's really where this goes. Now, I would also like to explain that there's a couple things that can happen if the company does not like what you've made for them. Normally they'll just ask you to like redo it or like tell you like what improvements they would want, or personally I've never had to like completely reshoot something, only like make little edits. If you make content for a company and they do not like it, they can ask you to refilm it, and if you don't want to refilm it, then at that point you probably are going to have to just take the loss, say, I don't want to refilm it, this is what you have, and at that point that company can either say, okay, well fine, we'll deal with it, or they can say, we're not going to use this, and they may or may not pay you like a small percentage, or they might not pay you anything. But if you're unwilling to change those things, then it's sort of a gray area there. Or they ask you to make like a small edit, or they approve it and say, yeah, go ahead and post. Some people say I need to be paid half before I even film it. Then some people say you can pay me after I posted it. Personally, I never had a problem with getting a company to pay me up until this year. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what it is with UK companies specifically, but they just think they can kind of do whatever they want. So here is sort of where a story starts. There is this company called Glamify Beauty. At the end of May, so it's September, so we'll go June, July, August, September, so almost 3 and something months ago, they asked me if I was interested in collaborating with them. They DM'd me, I said yes, I told them my rates, and then we agreed that we were going to collaborate, and I sent them my address, and then they told me what they wanted. Specifically, they wanted me to do a video about their eyelashes, showing the brand, showing the packaging, showing which one I'm using, showing how to apply the eyelashes, and then showing the difference with and without, and then the final look. And I said, sure, I can totally do that. Then a couple days later, I received the product, and in less than a week, I had the video done. Personally, I get things done very, very quick. So then I tell this person, I have the video ready. Is there any specific time you want me to post, or any specific caption requirement? Then they said just tag them and the name, and that's really it. And then they wanted to see, and they were replying kind of slow. So then I Said sure, no problem. So I sent them the video, and I think it's actually a really good lash tutorial if you ask me. I will show you guys in a second. And because they were replying slow, I said that I will need payment on the same day that I post, which I think is pretty reasonable. And that was the 12th of June. So then I hear nothing, 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 don't hear anything. So then on June 18th, I say, hi, it's been a week since I've sent that over. I would love to hear something back. And then I also DM them as well because that's where they had originally contacted me. And sometimes, you know, things happen. Some people lose their jobs. Some people go on vacation. You know, I didn't know. There are tons of reasons why someone's like not responding, but after like a full week of like nothing, after you've already created the content, usually it's not a big deal, even if the person like sends a product and then they're like, oh wait, we don't have a budget anymore. If you haven't created the content, there's really like no harm, no foul, because you haven't like done the work. But after you've done the work, that's when it starts creating a problem, because ultimately at that point they owe you for your time, even if it's not posted on your page. Because while a lot of the value does come from like how many people it's being shown to on like, say like my page, part of the price is also how much time it takes me to do it, the editing time, the equipment I use, all of that sort of factors into the price, not just like the amount of followers. Like I know pages with a couple million that charge like less than I do for a post because they take whatever the company gives them to post and they'll post it. They're not putting work into creating the content. So then like 4 days later, I send another email and I said, hi, just following up again. And it had been like 2 weeks since I heard absolutely anything from them. And then I sent them another DM that day also, except I said, I would hate to think I'm purposely being ignored. Would love a response back, which is a lot more aggressive than I would normally say. However, they were posting, they weren't responding to anything. So I don't know, I did what I have to do. And then so the next day someone says, hi, I will look into this now. And then also the next day I got response back finally and it said, hi, sorry for the delay. I have been in and out of the office. We can get you paid next week. If you would like to post this video on Thursday, we can get this paid between Monday and Wednesday. Thank you again, sorry for the delay. And that day I said, hi, that would be great. I'll plan on posting Thursday. And when we agreed on that, that was a Friday. So then that next week I said, hey, I was just checking in because I would love to post this tomorrow, and I got nothing. So then a week and a half after that, I still haven't heard anything from anyone. So I sent an email saying, hi, I find it very unprofessional that you've ignored me after I made the content for you just because it has not been posted. Doesn't mean I didn't spend time filming, editing, etc. I tried to do my best with clarifying what you wanted before filming, and those questions went and answered, which they did. I asked them, do you want specifically this? Do you specifically want this? They just were like, can't wait for the video. And I was like, okay. And usually that means they want you to just do like what feels natural, which is totally fine. However, if you're looking for something specific, don't just hope the person somehow is reading your mind and knows what you want. And I said I could have worked with you if there was something that you didn't like. In very bad taste to have someone work for you and then not compensate for the time they spent. So then exactly 20 days later, I get this email. Hi, sorry for the delay. I just got your email. In regards to payment, please send an invoice along with a still, which they never asked for a picture in the first place, which means usually you don't take one. If they want a video, you take a video. You don't also take pictures usually. But because of the way I film, I'm able to take like a good picture from the video, if that makes sense. Now, when I had sent them the video before, when a video wants something for approval and it's through email, a lot of times sponsorships are through like some sites where you're guaranteed like protected. If it's through email, I will send the video with a little sample logo at the bottom, because I've seen things where they get the video, they're like, oh great, we have it, and then they just kind of ignore the person or like and not pay them. So I send them it with a red sample at the bottom so they can't use it. So here is the video that I created for them. I actually think it's a pretty good lash tutorial if you ask me, but here it is.
We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
so I was like, I'm not going to give them a picture after they've ignored me for like 2 months. So I say, hi, here's the invoice, and I will send a still after you've paid me. This was the time that it took me longest to reply, because they replied just a day or two after I had gotten my lipo surgery. So I was definitely not like taking emails and like doing that sort of work. So I responded like a little bit over a week after, and I said, here's the invoice, and I will send a still after. So then after I never got anything back after I sent the invoice, I finally said like, hi, someone will gonna respond, and they're like, hi, just spoke to my colleagues. Your emails have been going to spam. We're so sorry for the delay. She said she will have to reply Monday as the inquiry involves the finance team. Thank you for your messages. And I was like, all right, fine. And that was August 18th. No one ever got back to me. And then so I said, hey, no one got back to me. And then I also sent emails, hi, would love to hear a reply. If you feel like this is a lot of emails and you're like, whoa, I wouldn't want that many emails, I really didn't send that many in the beginning. It was like checking up like once a week after you haven't heard from someone is like totally normal, especially since sometimes, if someone has a lot of emails, it'll get buried at the bottom unless you send another one and it like bumps it up to the top. So I never heard anything, and so I finally said, hi, is this ever going to get resolved, or am I going to be ignored forever? Please tell me you wasted my time or pay me for the post. And they said, what is your payment method and the total? And I told them, and then I told them like how much, where to send it, whatever. They said they'll be sorting it today, sorry for the delay, and then I've never heard anything back at all. And that was August 24th. I've sent like 2 more messages, and it is September 5th today, so I think it's time. So at this point, it's been like 3 months. It's a lost cause. So personally, what I think happened, and this is just a theory, okay, I saw that they are sponsoring Makeup by Mario's masterclass. So what I think is during like whatever time, they're like, oh, we don't need whatever people that we were getting posts from, we could just have him now. So if that was the case, that's not a good excuse, especially if someone's already made the content. I feel like it's important to talk about like this sort of stuff, because while it happens to me, and I feel like I have like, not a ton of followers on Instagram, but like over 300,000 is like a good amount. I can't imagine how many times this happens to really, really small influencers, and they don't want to say anything because they're worried they're not going to get any more brand deals, or they're worried that it's like never gonna happen again, or they don't want to burn bridges or whatever. And I know some people are probably like really just like let it go. You have to think of it as like people who are like influencers. You're basically like freelancing. Like you wouldn't go to an artist and ask them to draw you a picture, and then they draw a picture, and then you just are like, actually I don't want it. Like it doesn't mean you don't have to pay them just because they didn't physically hand it to you. Or like you wouldn't ask someone to mow your lawn and then just like close your door and be like, what? My lawn was mowed? What? That's just like not how it works. And I know there's going to be a lot of people like, sue them, but they're from the UK, so it would literally cost me probably like 5 or 6 or 10 times, who knows how much money, to even attempt to sue them than like what they owe me. So it's not even worth it. I feel like all I can do is just like put it out there that they're being shady about their business practices, and that's really all I can do. So because I actually think that's a very good video, like the lash tutorial itself, just like the tutorial aspect is good. I'll probably still post it on Instagram, but with a couple edits. I doubt that Glamify will even care, because they're part of like a bigger company in the UK called like Miss Pap or something like that. I'd never heard of it until I went like searching, trying to find like someone like higher up, but I could not find anything because I think they're like a smaller company of that. So yeah. Next, I know I've already talked about like one thing that happened before with one company that was almost a really, really similar situation, and it's basically literally almost the exact situation that has happened, was where I made something and they never responded. And I don't know if I ever talked about the outcome with that one, but it's basically the exact situation that just happened, except I went along, made an edit to the video and posted it on Instagram. People figured out what the product was and they went to their page, and then of course that day I got an email and was like, we're so sorry, we're gonna pay you right now. So they ended up paying me. I never gave them the finished product. They never used it. It was never posted, and it was really to probably just shut me up. I never said the name because they did actually end up responding and paying me, but I'm pretty sure that they would have never said anything had I not posted that. So again, like, how many companies are doing this and no one is talking about it. If you have a smaller page, a bigger page, like, don't stand for it. Don't let companies push you around, because they really, really will. Like, I know people who get paid in product who will take like tons and tons of product pictures for companies to use on like their website. Like, you absolutely should be charging for that. That is your work. Like, you're a photographer at that point, you know, like, you're saving them so much money, literally just something for your time at least. So that's really all I have for today. I hope you guys like this like sort of story sort of thing, sort of a rant, if you will. I know I kind of look like that one kid from like that one meme with like glitter all over her eyes, but I was just like, I don't know, I just kind of went crazy with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys like more like story times. I can definitely do more. Give this video a like if you do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye.